Hello, my name is John Bannon. I'm an attorney and philosopher. In today's video, I'm going to give a brief explanation of a very important recent physics paper published on March 17th, 2026. So that's St. Patrick's Day. So, as luck would have it, this physics group from the University of Vienna has proven Hanssonian superdeterminism. Now, when I talk about Hanssonian superdeterminism, I'm referring to a very specific, unique form of superdeterminism proven by Swedish theoretical physicist Dr. Johan Hansson in 2020. You can find his proof at Physics Essays, Volume 33, Number 2, June of 2020. It begins on page 216 and ends on page 218. It's entitled Bell's Theorem and Its Tests, Proof that Nature is Superdeterministic, Not Random. So, Hanssonian superdeterminism says that we live in a predetermined static block universe without cause and effect in physics, or physical causation, or probabilistic causation. Now, this is different than classic superdeterminism. This superdeterminism first posited by Dr. John Bell in 1985, which relies on hidden causal variables. So, under Hanssonian superdeterminism, you can't have hidden causal variables because there's no such thing as cause and effect in physics. Well, this Vienna physics group just proved that cause and effect in physics is not real. So they have effectively proven Hanssonian superdeterminism. Now, their paper is entitled Toward an Experimental Device Independent Verification of Indefinite Causal Order. And it appears in the premier peer reviewed physics journal, PRX Quantum, 7 at 010354, published March 17th, 2026. Now, this new paper, is from the same University of Vienna physics group that produced the 2022 Nobel Prize through Anton Zeilinger. And these guys know what they're talking about, especially when it comes to things like quantum entanglement, since that's what the 2022 Nobel Prize was all about, uh, which it was about showing the non-locality of quantum entanglement by proving violation of Bell's inequality. So this same physics group, this same top group of physicists have now shown that cause and effect in physics is not real. So their paper involves an experiment that uses a quantum switch to place two events in superposition of causal orders, meaning that event A happens before B and event B happens before A simultaneously. The study used a mathematical test called the VBC inequality to prove that the resulting correlations could not be explained by any classical fixed order causal ordering. By measuring a violation of this VBC inequality by 18 standard deviations, the physics team provided strong evidence that nature allows for correlations that do not respect a definite chronological sequence. The study strongly points towards an indefinite causal order, or ICO. And the ICO directly challenges the classical view of time and causation. So the study provides strong evidence and effectively proves Hanssonian superdeterminism by demonstrating that causal order is not a fundamental directional requirement of nature, but rather a set of non sequential correlations fixed within a predetermined static block universe. So, not only did Dr. Hansen prove that he was right and that Hanssonian superdeterminism is true, now we have a second paper involving quantum mechanics, which says the same thing effectively. And this paper was based on empirical experimental results, and it also involves the quantum level. So, because the quantum level is smaller, therefore more fundamental than the macroscopic classical level, then if cause and effect in physics isn't real at the quantum level, which this paper is proving, then of course it's not real at the greater macroscopic level, because the macroscopic level gets its properties from the smaller quantum level. So there you go. Hanssonian superdeterminism is true. Now, this paper definitely is a blow to classical superdeterminism, because classical superdeterminism relies on hidden causal variables. So if there's no such thing as causation, then there can't be hidden causal variables, which means classical superdeterminism must be wrong. But Hanssonian superdeterminism does not rely on hidden causal variables, not at all. In fact, it relies on just the opposite, the lack of causation, in order to say that we live in this predetermined fourth dimensional static block universe where all particle positions are predetermined, set in concrete, and organized, and that you don't need causality for that organization to exist. So this study is a huge win for Hanssonian superdeterminism, although it's a big blow to classical superdeterminism. All right, this is the luck of the Irish, I guess, since it was on St. Patty's Day, and you should take Hanssonian superdeterminism very seriously because it's true. All right, I hope you learned something, and I'll give you a second to look at the board. All right, take care, everybody.